Traders in the building, what is good, man? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, I'm so glad that you've discovered, man. If you're a return subscriber, thank you so much for the continued love and support. You already know what time it is, man. It's the time of the week where I do the weekly analysis, and today I'll be analyzing the dollar index, gold, US30 and US100, and I'll start with the dollar index since it's the first on the watch list. And as you can see, I am bullish on this particular instrument, and the reason why is because we are in an uptrend. Say this because we keep making higher highs and we keep making higher lows over here. Another significant reason to note is that we are currently above a level of sensitivity, which is the support over here. You notice how previously this was a resistance, of course. Price broke up, came back, found support on that area, and then we've been rejecting from that area ever since. So how can you take advantage of this move? Go to the upside. It's easy. Go to a smaller time frame, look for structure or any pattern that rather you trade that's suggesting that the market is about to buy. And as you can see over here, I have already identified that this is an area that I'm expecting the market to break. I'm expecting that if the market could break above this resistance on the retest, this is where I want to buy, or if the market could come back down to this support over here, which was a previous resistance also, then that's where I want to buy. Overall, I'm bullish on this particular market. I'm not looking for sales anytime soon. The only time I would look for sales is maybe if price could break, come below this structure over here, because if it can break this support over here and break the second support, then maybe it's time for us to look for sales, maybe back to this support, and we buy from there, and then the market breaks, then we continue selling. But for now, I am bullish on this market. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. Moving on to the second pair of the day, as gold. I'm bearish on this instrument because let's go to the higher time frame. As you can see over here, we come from a resisting trend line. This was a trend line that the market had created, of course. As you can see, the first touch, second touch, and a third touch. And anytime the market got to that trend line, as you can see, we are rejecting from there. Another significant reason to notice that we do have a structure, a resisting zone over here that the market is kind of not able to break above. Anytime we get to that resistance, we reject. We get to that resistance, we reject. Resistance again, and as you can see at the moment, it seems that the market is rejecting that structure again. So this is why I have a bearish perspective on this particular market, and I'm expecting that the market could drop maybe to these lows. I'm hoping it does. It doesn't have to, but the way I trade, I'm hoping it does, and then from there, that is what I'm looking for. I'm still bearish on this market until we can do that. So how can you take advantage of this move? You need to go to a smaller time frame, and then again you look for structure. I've already identified my areas of interest over here, and as you can see, let me rather go to an even smaller time frame so that you can see. So as you can see, last week, this is a structure that the market created. This is the resistance we couldn't break above. We tried to work out of that resistance, but eventually we ended up coming below. And on Friday, again, we tried to tap out to work on that area again. We found momentum to the downside. So I'm expecting that the market could rather come back again to this resistance maybe. And then this is where we can sell from, or if the market could come and break this support over here, this is where again we should continue starting to look for sales from. The only time really that I could start looking for buys on this particular market is if the market could break the structure and break that structure, because if it breaks the first resistance and the second resistance, chances are we are bullish, and the market is now turning all the structures that it breaks into a newly formed support. So that's all I'm looking for in this particular instrument for the next week that is coming. I'm bearish on this gold. I'm bearish on this instrument. You should be bearish. So let's move on to the third pair of the day. This is US30, and I am bullish on this particular instrument. If we move to a higher time frame, you will then notice that we just recently broken above the highest structure that the US30 had created. This is the highest that US30 had been at the time, and recently we broke above it, as you can see, with those three candlesticks. And at the moment we are still bullish. If you notice also, we haven't had a bearish candlestick since November last year. The market has just been going up. Though again, I do see that the momentum is fading again around this area. So this is why maybe because the momentum is fading, maybe it's just a preparation for a retracement back to the support and then a continuation. But at the moment, how can you trade this market if you want to take those buys? The simple solution is to, of course, move to a smaller time frame. And as you can see, I have already identified a level of structure that I'm interested in. The market created a resistance around this area. As you can see, broke above it, came to retest, and then it moved. So because now there's no another resistance that I can identify on this time frame, for me to buy, I would love to buy back again on the structure, or again if the market could come back to the structure. But it doesn't mean this market you cannot trade it on a smaller time frame. On a smaller time frame, I'm pretty sure you will have those short opportunities. I'm pretty sure you will have even those buys and shorts as you are coming down. And that, but overall, the trend I believe is going to support from here if it has to come. Right. And yeah, man, that's all I'm looking for in this particular instrument. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. US100, and I'm closing with this one. Similar to US30, we had also just broken above the highest structure on this particular instrument. You notice that this was the highest this particular instrument had been, and we recently broken above that structure. And again, it's simply because, as you can see, because we have broken the highest structure over there, it means now this resistance that was formed over here has now turned into a support. So this is what I'm looking for buy opportunities on this market. Another reason is, as you note, similar to US30, since November we haven't had a bearish candlestick. The market has just been going up, and as you can see, the momentum just keeps on adding. So how can you take advantage of this market if you want to buy? Also, you move to a smaller time frame and you look for structure. I've already identified those areas for you guys. So as at the moment, what I'm looking at is this high that the market had created over here. I believe that for us to buy, the market needs to come back, retest this area, and this is where we can start to look for long opportunities. Or if the market could come back to this support over here, then that is where we can look for opportunities to buy this market. The only time I would start looking for sells is if the market could break this structure and break this structure, because at that point, if it can break two supports, then it means the market is bearish. There's no point of looking for buyers. At that point, I'll start selling. That's all, man, I'm looking for really on this particular instrument. There's nothing more, there's nothing less. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down on the comment section, and yeah, man, share with your friends. I'll see you guys next week, same time, same place, and I am out.